Hi, Tracy. Such a pleasure to meet you today.
You too.
Congratulations on the high note and on pretty much making Grace Davis an icon for our times.
Oh my God, that is lovely. Dear Jar, you're just going to keep with me for the rest of this junket.
I absolutely am. I absolutely am. I mean, one of the things I absolutely adore about that character is just the confidence that she has, especially when she gets up on that stage. Was that sense of confidence, of self-assurance, something that you just drew from naturally, or did you feel you had to kind of dig deep to get to that character?
I think it was a combination of both, in all honesty. I think it's not that I'm a confident person, but I have a real sense of who I am as Tracee. And so that allows me to feel comfortable in my skin as opposed to confident. I did do some very specific work because I am not somebody who's been singing on stage my entire life. And I've been on stages, I've hosted live award shows, and I've held microphones and done all of those things. And I really love it. I'm very comfortable on a stage, but I needed to have an ease and a kind of confidence that comes from years and years of being a performer. So it was a little bit of a stretch in certain areas, but I felt like it was really fun to play, to kind of take on that persona of somebody who really is at ease in front of hundreds and thousands of people.
Another thing I found really interesting, and it kind of applies to both your character and the character of Maggie, is this idea of legacy and of forging your own path. And I just find it so interesting that for you and Dakota Johnson, it's kind of life imitates art, because she's the daughter of famous parents, and then you're the daughter of Diana Ross. So I was wondering if this movie made you reflect on the fact that you've gone through that life experience. Did you draw from it at all for the character?
Honestly, I didn't. I didn't. I don't think it came into play for either one of us, for Dakota or I. The script was so well written that the words on the page really gave life to this woman and this character without drawing on any of my sort of family dynamics or any of those kinds of things. In terms of legacy, though, what was really fun in the process was trying to create a legacy of music for the film. So for an hour and a half film, to create a body of music that reflected decades of a career, that part of the legacy of Grace Davis was really an interesting thing to build and work on. And I loved it because we had to pick songs from different time periods and all that kind of stuff. So that was exciting.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. And of course, I have to ask you about Love Myself, your debut single. And I find it so fascinating that it's not just Grace Davis' song, it's Tracee Ellis Ross's song. So I was wondering if you could talk me a bit through, the process of like kind of choosing that song, because it's a major deal for you in terms of your career as well as for that particular character.
Yeah, for me, Tracee, it opens up an entirely new path that I had is just new. The choosing of the songs in general was a really hard process because I don't have a ton of experience being in the studio. So we had a whole bunch of songs that we went in and sang, and we were just playing around with what works with my voice, what tells the story of this character. Love Myself was the first song that we heard. Sarah Aarons wrote it. It's such a beautiful song. The lyrics are, it's like a tonic for our times. Like, it's so identifiable for everyone. It's so in line with my personal message, but we didn't know where in the movie it would fit because it sounded like a current song, and we were trying to figure out if it would work in the journey of this character. And it ended up placing itself perfectly at the end as the sort of that moment when we start to see that Grace Davis has come into a place where she doesn't care what people think of her, but she's just going to love who she is and let that sound out.
I suppose I was interested to know, this is like your debut single, but is singing going to be like kind of a part of your career now? Is it something you're going to integrate into more roles, or have you thought about that?
I don't know. I will tell you, I like it a lot. And it is interesting that, the 6 songs I recorded are 6 songs that were right for the character and the script and the story. So they were telling the story of Grace Davis, not the story of Tracee. So I do think it would be really fun for me to explore what Tracee's songs would be and to let that possibly open up as a different part of my career. I wouldn't mind at all. I really loved performing on stage. That was fun.
Well, I'm just about out of time, Tracee, but congratulations again on the movie and on your single. And I just think both the song and the movie really, like you said it yourself, a tonic for our times. Just, they're so uplifting. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Be well.
Detroit. I can't hear you, Maggie. Detroit. I can't hear you, Detroit!